You've never seen a podcast this good for this long.
Come on, man. Talk crazy to him, man. We got a special guest, a new addition like Rob Transman in this joint. Come on now. We got the one and only Amani Villa is in the building. Give it up, y'all.
Amani Villa.
Jalen, it's Amani.
Amani.
That's what I said. Didn't I
You
say
said
that?
Imani.
My apologies, y'all. I
Jeez,
be rolling
you
off the
so
tongue.
good.
I'm too excited in this joint, but go ahead, kick it
Okay,
off.
that's good.
My bad.
What's up? Yo, my name is Amani Villa. I'm from the Bronx, New York. I live in Atlanta.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm a streamer, a choreographer, dancer, actress. I'm a musician, I'm an artist. I love to create and I love to talk.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's what we hear
You
right
heard
now.
the talk.
Yeah. Heavy on the
saying?
A, like the little accent over the joint, all
Yeah,
that.
you know, all that.
All right, let's kick this off though, man. Look, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, we a couple of days removed here now from Halloween weekend. All right. So what did y'all get into? I know me and you had gotten together for one of the parties, but what was you doing?
I went out. You know what I'm saying? I recently took a trip to Dubai for my birthday.
Okay.
So, I was inspired by the thobes that the Saudis and the Dubaians was wearing out there.
The
So
Dubaians here, this nigga.
I had to get me an official, authentic thobe, with the headscarf. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
my
And I
boy
put
was
that
out there
joint-
real religious.
I put that joint on for real.
I
And
thought
look,
we was lit.
everybody just started speaking Arabic to me because they thought that, you know what I'm saying, that like I was really Arabic. And I'm like, bro, I don't know what you're saying. They were like, you Arab? No, I'm not Arab, bro.
That shit's common. So you was out there for the whole weekend?
I was outside. I went to Wicked Wolf. That's my spot. I always be a wolf. So we had a crazy Halloween party there. Gave away like $5,000 in costume prizes.
Damn, where was my invite?
Hello?
This shit got lost in the mail.
Hell the fuck
Right,
up.
damn, I could have used a quick 5 stack. You feel
It was
me?
lit. We
Don't
was
even worry
outside.
about
Where
it.
were we at?
Don't even worry about it.
That, man.
It's crazy.
All
But
right.
I was outside. What y'all
Yeah.
Well, we had shout out to the Platinum House. You
Platinum
feel me,
House.
man? Yeah, we had a little party. We had a little party over for the weekend, so that was smooth. Amani pulled up. That was cool. And we I don't want to spill too many details, but we got turned up. Yeah, we got turned up.
Who had the dopest costume at the party though?
Villa.
Who were you again?
Oh,
No, I'm not being funny.
Y'all,
You gotta
that's
tell
the
the
second
people.
straw.
You gotta tell the people they wasn't there.
All right,
Go
y'all.
ahead.
So I came as Harry Potter, but I'm Slytherin house. I took the test and I took it twice, and I'm a Slytherin. So
That shit
I
was
was
nasty.
I had the robe on, the top, the whole thing, the skirt. The wine, it was flickering. Everything around me was just matching the aura. It was a black Hagrid there. The werewolf.
Shout out my nigga Tall. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
The
it was
security was
like-
definitely in the building holding it down.
What were you,
Yeah.
Jalen?
I was Mario, bro. So,
you
shout out to
Mario?
Mario. I ain't
Super
gonna
Mario
lie.
brother?
Yeah, look, so I was actually kind of 50-50 on if I was even gonna go at first because I didn't have a costume and it's a costume party. I was gonna go try to roll around the Party City or something like that, but they was sold out by the time a nigga decided to get up off the couch. So I had to go through the closet real quick and I had to dust off that Mario costume and fit brand is new. So I was good, man. You know what I'm saying? I was doing my thing. I had the little
Y'all, he had
the
a
little
belly.
stomach. Wait, you said what?
You had a belly.
Yeah, no, I had the whole like
was
cushion on
crazy.
the stomach and everything.
Not
I was
the
doing it
dad
up for
bod.
sure.
He
And the
had-
mustache, you
It
feel
was
me?
crazy.
Yeah.
It
was a
was
look.
lit though. It was lit.
So I do have a question. Did anybody come to the party in like a wedding dress or like a tuxedo?
Heck no.
Not that I remember.
So nobody's getting married like Big Sean and Jhené Aiko.
Oh, shit.
Oh, bro.
See, you gotta catch up. This is the transition god over here.
Yeah,
This is
what the
transition
hell?
god.
I'm like a wedding dress. This ain't me, girls.
Yeah,
Mean
no.
Girls
So
in
kick
there.
that off though. You talking about the Big Sean and
was
Jhené
lit.
Aiko?
Yeah, I mean, it's been put out there that, they broke up after 10 years of being in a relationship. And it's like, yo, he had no plans of marrying her. You know what I'm saying? So,
Now I do want to put a quick pin in this because I've seen since the time that we was kind of getting ready to come up on this, they've both clarified or they playing some weird word games like maybe they are still together or maybe they're not still. So I just want to kind of let that be known out there. We could still do the whole thing, but I don't necessarily know if they're still together or not. But I do think you have a good point in general on if that is to be taken true. Is there a timetable for proposing that you feel comfortable with?
it depends on the people.
What about you, new co-host?
Have you ever been proposed to?
No, I have not.
What's the longest relationship you've been in? We about to start
Oh my
grilling you.
God.
Yeah, we about to.
What the
we about to
heck?
start grilling you.
See, I asked one question, he ambushes.
Right.
Yeah.
No, the longest I've been in is about a year.
Okay.
Yeah. So proposal for me is an energy thing. I know I'm real into energy. So I don't think if it's past, look, I read a lot. So I know men, it don't take men 2 years to realize they want a woman. committed wise. Like that's my wife. A man knows if that's his wife at least by 6 months in. At least. Not even that long.
Yeah.
I'm being nice.
No, I do.
I'm being nice.
Both of y'all are wilding.
I'm being
please.
nice.
Oh,
I'm
please.
being nice.
Wilding.
I think by like the first month.
You don't even know me after 6 months. You just know my representative. Whoever I send out.
That nigga said my representative.
You know what I'm
No.
saying? That's who you know at
But
6
see, that's
months.
what I'm saying. I think everybody is different because I don't think it takes after 2 years. Like it don't take no man no 2 years to realize if that's his wife or not. Why is it taking you 2 years?
I'll say to Stu's point though, and to your point, I don't necessarily think it has to be a whole timetable, but for me, like in my mind, I would like 2 to 3 years is that runway just because to kind of what you're saying. Everybody puts on their best version of themselves that first go around.
Sure.
So you really got to go through true trials and tribulations, different seasons, you know what I'm saying, to really kind of understand who you're dealing with. Like I had a homegirl who was engaged to somebody and they hadn't even been living together until after they were planning on moving in together after they got married. For me, some shit like that wouldn't work. I got to see you on the everyday and really learn you before I decide we're going to spend, because I think people don't understand our entire lives. God willing, that's 60 to 70 more years.
Yo, I just don't think it takes that long. I just don't. And some people don't have to live together. But that's what I'm saying, though. Everybody's tailored for their own relationships. We all trying to put everybody in one box. They're like that, and they're like that. But Jhené, Aiko, and Big Sean, on the other hand, that's some BS to me. Because it's been over, 10 years?
That is a long
since
time.
I was like, in high school?
Yeah.
Middle school.
That's a long
time. It would never be that long. Never.
You know how many women say that? It'll never be me, and then whole time that be their ass on the
Paying
milk
for
carton.
niggas'
my
tires and all
words.
type of shit. No, I know how it goes.
Mark my words. It will never be me.
Well, we pray that it'll never
No,
be.
It be
no,
like
no.
that.
I don't need to pray.
Somebody
It
come
ain't.
save Amani.
Yeah, facts.
Y'all
Facts.
not,
Yeah,
first of all,
y'all see her on the
y'all
camera
not getting
now.
a baby without a ring, first of all.
I feel that.
Hello. So let's cut that.
Yeah, y'all would y'all have kids? Y'all have kids without being married? Does it bother you?
No, I mean I would love to, be in a loving marriage before having children. Hence, I don't have any now. I ain't married.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to go about it, right way. But if I meet someone, you know what I'm saying, and we decide as a unit that that's what we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for it.
What about you, Amani?
What, do I have any kids?
Well, do you want kids? Is that like
yeah.
Do you need to be married to have kids?
Oh yes,
Okay.
Needs to have a ring first.
Okay.
I want them to have aunts and I want them to have I want them to have brothers and sisters, but I also want them to have my kids have aunts and uncles and
Cousins
the great
and all that.
aunts. Like I want them
Yeah.
to have that whole family because I was raised like that.
For sure.
I have mad cousins and my aunts was like my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like I love that. I just love the feeling of it, and I can't imagine not having that. Like that's so lonely.
Yeah, no, I grew up big family too. For me, like I feel like a lot of even some of my homeboys who I know, kids have just happened to them as a residual effect. Like I'm
What?
like you feel me? Like I'm dealing with somebody, and then I got a son, or I got like 2 kids or whatever. For me, like I'm very intentional about wanting to have kids, so
Exactly.
I would try to make my very best to make sure we were talking about it with the Halle and DDG stuff. Like if you, when you get involved with somebody off the rip who you might not be married to, especially when you're talking about a man with a woman, the woman, for all intents and purposes, controls kind of how the relationship will go with you and your child moving forward if y'all aren't together, in my opinion. And so to me, to avoid all of that room for error, I want to make sure 100% I'm married, I'm locked in, we're on the same page. And this is something that we both want intentionally, not just something that happened to happen to us.
So y'all want it to be 2 years until y'all get to that point, though.
Nah, I want it to be right. Whenever that right time is, as a unit, we'll know and we'll move forward. And
When are y'all gonna
take
propose
that
though?
step.
Because he's saying 2
I got 2,
years.
yeah, I need at least 2.
How long does it take for you to propose?
Maybe same, maybe.
Shit.
I feel
Maybe
that.
now, maybe. and I also think that a lot of people, they get married for the wrong reasons.
That's
you know what I'm
true,
saying?
too.
You don't necessarily marry out of love, because it's a lot of other factors that go into being married to somebody. You don't know their financial situations. You don't know, legal situations that they got going on that could ultimately affect you and your marriage.
But within
you
2
don't know
years,
that.
you don't know that.
You don't know his background after 6 months.
No, of course not. 6 months get
You
married. I
don't
mean,
know
some
none
people
of his
do though.
childhood
Some
traumas.
people
You don't
get
know
married
how
that
he
fast.
handles conflict. You don't know how he handles, you know what I'm saying, situation. Like, you don't know that after 6 months. You ain't been through nothing with them to know, like, you know what? I'm going to submit to this man, and I know that he's never going to lead me down the wrong path. He's going to lead me through the right situation, even when he's mad at me, even when things ain't going right for him. you know, I know that this man is always going to be there for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, women don't know that. All they know is,
but
he
no,
done took me on a couple
no.
trips. He bought me a Chanel bag. Oh, I'm going to marry him.
Some women have discernment, which is an extra gift that you can have. Some women are kind of, and they'll find out. And I'm looking at them like, I could read that with him. I read that just now, and I don't even know him like that. Some women have spiritual discernment. Some men have spiritual discernment. It don't take us that long to be like, oh, you really ain't shit for real.
I do think there is such thing though, like when you know, just as far as who you might want to commit to. But I will say, like, on some long-term shit, I just feel like, particularly for our generation and our age group right now, it's a bunch of niggas who love being in love or like the idea of whatever they might have.
Or they want to post the scene to go viral.
For sure, yeah. So
you do be looking good.
They want to be goals.
I be like, damn, repost. Let me say that to the true love.
Now
they want to be goals, but you know who's not goals in relationships?
Oh shit.
He messaged Aiko.
Krishan and Blueface.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
You
real.
never be goals.
He's good.
For me.
He's good.
I'm telling you, you're gonna pick up. That's what you're doing. This little thing.
That's lit.
But yeah, so Blueface got out of jail recently, and him and Krishan Rock have started getting back together. I'm gonna let y'all know. Let me just plant my flag right here and let you know. I be tuning out to what them niggas be doing. It's too much of a clown show. Like I think everybody likes watching a train wreck, but that is one of those situations to me where it's like, bro, I feel like we laugh at it so much until some shit really happened, like some severe shit happens, which is very possible. And then everybody's gonna be like, oh man, like they should not even been doing da-da-da. So for me, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not trying to leave y'all out to dry. But for me, I look at them two and I'm just like, that's just bad on bad.
Train wreck.
Yeah, you know, bro. Both of them just need to like
and I
split
feel
far
sorry
apart
for the
real.
kid. I feel sorry for the little baby, man. That's what I feel sorry for.
Yeah, that's tough.
Cause he caught in the middle of it and he ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, what you got? Oh shit,
I'm just
burning
like,
you up.
No.
Please tell.
No, because I just feel like, oh my God, y'all. It's not like I follow it. It's just like, I stream, so people be talking about it, and then I'm scrolling and be right there.
Yeah, so you follow
to
it.
keep up. So no, I'm not like, oh my God, let me see what they're saying today. But I'll see it, and then like him coming out with like more tattoos. And first of all, let's talk about artists coming out of jail like looking mad different. What is up with that? They either got but Gucci came out mad slim. His teeth was done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mad shave. His skin was looking mad clear. Anyway, back to Blueface. He's extra tatted. He's the opposite. He extra tatted. He got the Mario belly that he had over here, but it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot going on. And then now Hazel E, I think that's a whole freaking PR stunt. That's not real. But I mean, listen, I'm into, but see, I don't get mad about PR stuff anyway. Like, if relationships gonna make y'all want more money, make more money. That don't really bother me, but it's just like people that think it's real. I'm like, y'all really think that Hazel E, and come on now. It's not happening.
I couldn't date nobody just off. Well, now this is me just sitting here in the basement, just kicking it, talking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if I pop up, you never know. But I'm saying like, but right now it's like, I do agree with what you're saying, where it's like these people don't know each other, and everything just kind of becomes this whole spectacle. And I think you were kind of saying it earlier. The whole like, is all publicity good publicity when it comes to dealing with these people in the circle?
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello. How you feel about that? Do you think all publicity is good publicity?
Depends how you flip it. It could be bad. It could be good. I thought Kim Kardashian was crazy for having a sex tape come out.
Oh my God, I was just thinking about that this morning.
Hey, look, she put her whole family on.
No, but it was Chris. It was the mom. She the one that put it out.
Jenner, but still, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, yo, we're gonna take this, and they didn't legit built the whole empire off of.
I'm talking about bricks.
So I mean, is the publicity bad publicity? It's bad when they ain't talking about you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I think all publicity is good publicity. It's just how you deal with it. For you as a person. If you flip it like, anyway, they're going to be like, oh, I've seen people go, oh, wow. Like I forgot who it was, but they were like chomping on their like look, on their style or whatever. Mm-hmm. But the comments was like, look at them. Like, they're having fun with it. And it changed the whole energy of the entire conversation. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I peeped that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, how you flip it, Yeah.
I just don't. To me, how I sleep at night means a lot to me. So I just can't do nothing for the sake of a look, because I just feel like we all get in this mind space of, oh, well, this is gonna get me on. And I always ask this question all the time, like, do you want to be on or stay on? Because those are two different paths on how you want to carry yourself and how you want to kind of get there. So to me, stuff like that, like I said with like Blueface, feels a little bit more momentary to me. For sure. And
He's staying relevant though.
For the time being, but it just kind of depends on how things go. So, yeah.
I mean, you know what he's not relevant for?
Who?
Music.
Yeah, I got you.
I thought you were about to do it. I thought you were
I
about to
like
do
that.
that shit.
I was
Yeah,
about
I
to
haven't
try
heard
it
a
too.
Blueface song in forever, so I don't know if if the
I mean,
music
that's
thing is
true.
gonna work out for him. Because
Yeah.
I know where he ain't gonna be.
The Grammys. For
Grammys.
sure.
Oh my God! There you go.
Or-
Yeah, I took the
or-
words
or
out my
shit,
I
mouth.
was waiting for it.
Yeah, even at a 10,000-foot view, I know you was talking about it. Even the BET Awards, he's not for nobody's gonna be there.
No.
Oh my God.
Let's start there
y'all.
first. Before we get to the Grammys and Grammys so
not gonna
white and
happen.
all that, BET Awards is done for. So do you, I mean,
Yeah.
For
The
me-
hip hop.
Yeah.
The BT Hip Hop Awards.
I
is
grew
done.
up on them ciphers, something crazy. Those
Yeah.
used to be like the one short of the double XL freshman cover. It was
Yeah.
like that was the second one to really put you on as an artist. So to see that the BET Hip Hop Awards is done, like that shit really broke a piece of my heart. Like I hope that they find a way to kind of reform it and bring it back over the next couple years or
Yeah.
something and really make it fresh.
Doubt it. you gotta look at it. Because you gotta look at it like those things are business decisions. You know what I'm saying? So when a company sells and now another company or another private equity firm is taking over, it's almost like, yo, let's look at what we've been spending money on and where we could cut it at.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, a bunch of rappers and da 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 da. Oh yeah, we spent how much on that? Oh yeah, X that out the way. Let's go get that up out of here, Jack. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we ain't bringing in that much corporate dollars, much spending on that. It ain't making us that much money. I understand it's for the culture, but the culture gonna live. Let's get rid of it.
You
And
know
feel
what
like
I
that's
think
what
it
happened
was
to
though? I think because so I was observing it. Once Kai Cenat didn't know who Wale was,
That was egregious.
for some reason, like
Yeah.
it just all of us and intuitively, I was like, "Ooh, that's not." If he's hosting it, or if he's like a big staple on the carpet right now or on stage, and he don't know Wale, and it's been streamed in front of millions of people, I was like, "Ooh, that's a problem. That's a shift in culture right there." Because now you got this dude everybody's watching, doesn't know who that is, and that kind of devalues him. So I already had that in my mind. So they were like, "Oh, no more BT." I was like, "Oh, here we go," because I think that they're realizing that. I don't know. It was I think a realization of like, y'all gonna have these hosts up here, but they're shifting a whole different energy than us watching the BET Awards how it used to.
Yeah.
I think they just realized, because the streaming world, by Kai saying he don't know who that is, only those viewers was like, damn, well, I guess we don't know who that is. Versus people that was watching on the actual television. There's two complete different audiences.
For sure.
I feel like that really, I think that was a very staple moment of them realizing, yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah,
They realize that their audience is consuming their entertainment in
Yeah,
a totally
for sure.
different way.
Complete
And
different viewership.
And if I'm tuned into a Kai stream or your stream, that means everything that's going on, I ain't paying attention to it. I'm
Yeah.
only seeing and I'm only
From
consuming
that perspective of
from
who
this
you
perspective
watching,
of what
yup.
I'm watching. Like back in the day, like we used to watch Rap City,
And it
we
was
used to watch
all-
106 and Park. So you was getting familiar with everything and everybody. So
Yeah.
even if you weren't like a super fan of them, you knew of them and you were knowledge of them because of these platforms that we have. And now it's like it's straight to our platforms are so straight to consumer now that
Yeah.
it cuts out
The middleman of the
Yeah.
middleman and me being able to program you with anything else.
Yeah.
Kind of spinning off that, let me ask,
Yeah.
with this whole no rap song on the Billboard Top 40 in the last 35 years and kind of in this area, do you feel like, because I feel like I look at somebody like a Kai Cenat not being as tapped in with hip hop on that aspect, do you feel like there's a correlation between the two, between that generation being a little bit more prominent as far as their voices and their opinions and not seeing it and not seeing that reflection of rap on the hip hop charts right now?
Yeah, I honestly,
Good point.
I think it kind of goes to this generation of parenting. You know what I'm saying? Like back in
Damn,
my
he
day.
said to the parents.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Because back in my day, boy, you don't talk to no adult like that. You don't do this to it. You know what I'm saying? If an adult talk, you know what I'm saying? Now, boy, kids talk back. They feel so much more empowered. You can't tell them little niggas nothing no more. So guess what that does? That translates into their professional careers. That translates into their
okay, I see what
lifestyle.
you're saying.
Period. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like, well, I really don't got to follow no rules because nigga, my parents don't make me follow no rules. You know
And
what
it
I'm
turned
saying? I
into
talk
a
back to my
badge of
parents.
honor. Yeah, it turned into a badge of
You know what
honor
I'm
for
saying?
these kids too. When the community is pumping it up too, and you get somebody be like, oh no, I don't know who the hell Wale is, and everybody in the comments like, yeah, fuck Wale, Wale,
That's
or
what
whatever
I'm
the case
saying.
is,
Yeah,
like that
they
type
were
of
like,
shit.
yeah, who the fuck is that anyway?
Right.
We're like, and all of us watching it, it's like, oh, I was like, dang, that's Wale. How you know who that is?
Yeah.
But I mean,
Because there will be consequences
Yeah.
for some shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
like
Oh, if
back
it-
in the day, like it'll be some
Actual on the
consequences.
BET Awards?
I
Oh,
wish
yeah.
I wish somebody would have went
Yeah.
on the red carpet and been like, yeah, I don't know who Young Jeezy is. But
That's
you would
what
have
I'm
got
saying.
stumped. I would have got stumped out later on, and you would have not been
Yeah.
hired to hire.
The
been
PR
hired to
is
do
real different now.
anything else after that, because like
That's kind of the problem in
Ignorance
general,
ain't
though.
cool.
When you incorporate influencers and not people who actually love
Right.
music, but you just getting somebody who just has a platform, I think it kind of creates a problem to some extent, especially when these award shows now. We'll get to the Grammys here. The Grammys will have Kai Cenat go there and stream just for the sake of
Right.
he has a big following, and even though the Grammys themselves probably know, he doesn't know nothing about the artists that are really
At
being
all.
honored here, the legacy artists. But he has such a big following that, oh look, he's at the Grammys. I feel like all that stuff kind of dilutes what real music lovers come to for the stuff. But it's gonna be to your point, it's gonna be a big shift right now. Like
Yeah.
now everybody's gonna kind of follow. I feel like now that, like I said, the influencers are the new radio station, so now everybody's kind of following whatever they say.
I feel like what's really missing too is PR. Nobody's really having any PR development. Like, hey guys, this is so and so. Like back then they had cards. Like when people was going down the carpet, I watched like the old videos, like Beyonce would be Aaliyah, like like they knew who they were talking to, and there was a program. But see, now you streaming. They not going through the same type of program or the same type of like one man, one sound.
Because you can make yourself
Back
popping now.
then, it was like you going through labels. They all go through this. They all went through PR. They all had this. Now it's like, he's a streamer, they're a streamer. Oh, now they're popular. Okay, throw them on the carpet. Throw them on the carpet. And there's no training at all. Not saying it's bad, but I mean, like that moment, I feel like, I'm telling y'all, when he said, who the fuck is that? I was like, oh, that's gonna shift the whole culture. And then boom, BT. I was like, I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it, y'all. I was like, oh, damn, we're now at a point where we're not noticing staple artists.
But I think also that it can be a balance. You know what I'm saying? You can
Exactly.
get the streamer, but you can also get someone that actually
That-
knows how
yeah.
to flow and direct the conversation and you know and is knowledgeable
Yeah.
on, and that's their job. They're professional at doing journalist work or broadcasting work. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't get the streamers, don't get the influencers, get them, but also be able
Highlight
to
the ones who really care
insulate-
about it.
and
Yeah.
and
Place them
insulate
where they
them
should be
from
at.
not knowing who, because you can't have Stevie Wonder walk down a carpet or Babyface walk down a carpet and you not know
Oh
who
my
these
God,
people are.
yeah.
bro.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying,
just-
like-
that's just ignorant, and now it makes me
Yeah.
not even want to like tune into what y'all got going on as a corporation, as a company, because I know it's like, all right, it's not really like the best for the culture.
And it's like sports to me in general. Like, think about the Super Bowl now, where it's like the Super Bowl has gotten to a place where it's so big now that you getting more corporations and business entities than you are getting
That's all it
actual
is.
fans in the stands.
That's all it
And
is.
I feel like music is turning into the same thing, where it's like it's more profitable to get people just to put eyes on it instead of actually caring about it.
Yeah.
And having the discussion is not as important as just the eyes to get on
Yeah.
it. So
And the young kids just like, we following whoever we watching. Whatever they say, that's what they're gonna do. That's what they're gonna follow. So, yeah.
now
Back to the
speaking of
Grammys,
that though, now
to the
speaking of that,
Grammys.
we got the Grammys.
Back to the Grammys.
Let's talk about this real quick. Now, we ain't got to go too crazy, but the actual rap album nominations came out. And I know we've been talking about this for a minute. Now, we were pretty close to what it actually turned out to be. So the official nominees are for rap album: Let God Sort 'Em Out by Clips, Glorious by Glorilla, God Does Like Ugly by Jid, G&X by Kendrick, and Chromacopia by Tyler. So I think I was like 3 for 5 on those. I probably would have switched out the Jid joint for Chance, and I might have switched out Glorilla for the Freddie Gibbs album personally. Now I think the Jid album was straight. I didn't love it. I need to go back and listen to the Glorilla album, but I'm gonna just put my stamp down right now on my flag. That Chance the Rap album should have been nominated for a Grammy, 100%. For Rap Album of the Year, 100% should have at least been nominated, because that would have been more of the win to me, in my opinion. Just my 2 cents.
I would have liked to
Okay.
have seen more from it. I feel like, you know, he came out, he did the rollout, and then he had like I like that he had records with like Do or Die on it, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it could have been more impactful. I don't feel like it was as impactful as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that to some extent. I hear where you're coming from. What about, do you have any opinions there on
I
that?
just want to say that I already know who's gonna win it, so I really don't care
We
about
all know
who
who
could have
gonna
not
win
been
it.
on
No,
there.
we
Who been
don't.
on there?
We know
'Cause we
who
know
gonna
who's
win
gonna
it.
win
No
anyway.
the hell we
We
don't.
know
Who
who
do y'all
gonna win.
think?
Damn, who would have been on there?
Who do y'all think's
cares?
gonna win?
Kendrick.
Lamar,
Nah. All right, let me go
the
ahead and
boy
say
from
this.
Compton.
If I had to put my vote down, I wouldn't be
Pickable.
surprised if Kendrick won, because I think the album was good. But if we're talking, to me, technically what I think is the best
Or
rap
Clips,
album,
or Clips.
it should easily be Clips
Or
in my
Clips,
opinion.
yeah. I feel like it's between Clips and Kendrick for sure. Yeah.
I
Kendrick
would
didn't
say
have as
Clips
much
would be a
focus.
runner-up.
Clips would be a runner-up
But
for
that
sure.
boy Kendrick, he gonna take it home.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think
yeah.
he's gonna sweep the Grammys.
Yeah, I think he's
I
gonna.
think damn near every
yeah.
category that he's nominated
gonna
in,
take it.
he gonna win.
I fuck
did
with
it,
Kendrick, but I'll
yeah.
be disappointed if he won for rap album. I ain't gonna. I wasn't feeling that.
Why? Disappointed.
It was
had
because
it had too many bangers, bro.
it was a good, not great album to me as a whole.
So
Like
you think Clips is better than Kendrick's album?
conceptually, yeah. I think the Clips did a lot more as far as focusing
Lyrical?
their sound. Their themes were a little bit more cohesive.
Okay.
I feel like, not saying Kendrick just threw anything across the wall, but this album feels a little bit more like a playlist than any other album he's ever put out before, in my opinion.
That's a good perspective.
That boy had hit after hit after
Yeah.
hit.
No, for
after
sure.
hit,
I
and
understand
that
why
boy
I'll get
went
nominated.
It gave
around
us
the
a roller
world.
coaster.
Yeah.
That boy went run around the
Yeah.
world doing stadiums. He wasn't doing arena. Boy was doing
His
stadiums.
little
Yeah.
arm thing.
He was killing it. But I do love the Clips album. I love what they did for the culture. I love what
sure.
they did for hip
Clips
hop.
is always gonna be
You know,
goated.
they performed at the Vatican. You know what I'm saying? First
Okay.
hip hop.
That was hard.
To
That was
perform at the
crazy.
Vatican. You know what
That
I'm
was
saying?
hard.
So what they're doing to push the envelope and the culture, and especially for them to be like legacy artists that they are,
Yeah.
like hats off to the Clips.
Oh,
They should
geez.
honestly. I feel like it should be a separate category.
For yes.
Because I would have put the Clips, Raekwon, Ghostface.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Mobb Deep. I would have put all them.
Yes.
In a totally different category.
Well, like
I
maybe like a
agree.
contemporary category or
like
something
an
like
adult
that.
contemporary
I agree.
category.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't
Yeah.
have to
Or
go
traditional,
against
maybe,
your
yeah.
Tylers and your Kendricks.
Yeah, I thought
You know
that's
what
a
I'm saying?
crazy
Because I feel
mix-up.
like the battlefield is kind of, the playing field is
Yeah.
kind of unlevel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do
I
think that
agree.
there's a chance that they might do something to what you're saying, only because, and we've continued to highlight this too, with hip hop now aging in front of us for the very first time.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Hopefully, in the next couple years, they'll start to take it more serious as we get more legacy artists continuing to put
drop
out work.
albums, yeah.
It'll make more sense to kind of fill that field up with some of the some artists. So that's a good point. I think that would be something worth watching.
Hip hop, you can't hold on us.
Yeah, I know, right? Now, cutting the music for a second, and getting serious here. Okay. Now, I know you had brought it to our attention recently, Stu, that you wanted to get into is about this government shutdown. What we got going on with EBT, Snap. You feel me? That ain't no laughing matter. So go
Lord
ahead.
have
Put me
mercy.
on the game, please. Tell us about it.
I mean, well, you know, we had 8 Senate Democrats fold.
Yeah.
You know, I like to call fold and
Yeah.
capitulated to,
Yeah.
you know, the Republican Party, Donald Trump, president, to end the shutdown when the whole reason for the Democrats, you know, not voting on to fund the government was because they wanted to end subsidies to the Affordable Care Act, which is, in other terms, Obamacare, because Donald Trump wants to erase the legacy of everybody that was before him that did anything positive. He talks crazy about Joe Biden. He talks crazy about Obamacare. He just wants to get rid of it. Get rid of Obamacare. It sucks. It's the worst. Okay, but what have you put forth that is better? Or, you know, what have you done? Oh, we're gonna think about it. Stop thinking about it. Like, you had 10 years to put something together. You haven't done that yet. But what you want to do is you want to cut taxes. You want to end all these social programs that people rely on, and you want to end subsidies to the government so people can keep their insurance premiums down, bro. And without those subsidies, people's premiums are going to double, triple, and people aren't going to afford health care, and people are going to die as a result of that. You know what I'm saying? 8 Senate Democrats folded. They said, okay, we'll end the shutdown if you promise to not even vote on it, think about voting for it. And it's like, bro, when have these people ever stayed true to their word and done what was right and what they were supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? For the American people. Never, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
Ever.
And a part of that shutdown, you know, was the threat of not funding the SNAP program. You know what I'm saying? The food assistance program that a lot of people rely on. They depend on that to feed their families. So it's like, you're willing to starve the people, and because you want to end subsidies and tax credits for people that are trying to buy health care. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like, have a heart somewhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, oh,
You
well,
asking a snowman or
can
a
have
a
tin man on their face.
and we could call, and he was like, yeah, we could call it
Right.
Trump. He's like, we could call it Trump care. Like, bro, like ain't nobody trying to hear that shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that caused, TSA to be backed up, flights to be missed, airports to be, packed, and people couldn't move around. And you know what I'm saying? And that just, put a halt to a lot of things that people had going on. So it's like, it's crazy. But since then, they've signed the bill to fund the government through, I want to say January 30th. I feel like they're doing that just so people will spend money for the holidays because, the holiday season is coming up. So, the government wants to make sure that they get their money.
Yeah.
And then I feel like we're going to have another stalemate, another shutdown after that one, because if they don't vote to extend it, you know what I'm saying? It's going to end, it's going to expire, and then people are going to be fucked.
Yeah, listen, my grandfather grew up in Oakland, bro. My family's from Oakland. The niggas grew up on the Black Panther free food or the free lunch program
Free
and all
that.
Yeah, so to see us kind of get into a place now where, again, you talking about people who already can't necessarily do for themselves now being put at a further disadvantage, that shit is whack. And then shout out to all you white people that trying to backtrack off Trump right now. You niggas is weird. I gotta keep it a stack.
It ain't just white people, bro. I'm not even gonna say
but shout
white
out
people,
to
bro.
Majority of them niggas.
It's black people,
y'all.
it's Latino people, it's everybody that was standing for what the rhetoric that Trump was spewing on the campaign that was hateful, that was divisive, that
Which was
wasn't
goofy
right,
to begin with.
Which was goofy because they thought that they were going to benefit from it, and they realized real quickly he don't give a damn about you, your family, nothing you got going on. All he cares about is A, himself, and B, his rich friends.
Yeah.
That's it.
I have a question.
But
Do y'all think that Kamala would have been a better president?
Absolutely, 1,000%. 1,000%. It's not even a question.
yeah, no, I do. I don't think she was being set up for success though.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
When Biden jumped out as quickly as he did, and then they kind of, I'm not saying that they didn't just pull her off the street, but when it kind of felt like to some extent to the casual viewer that they might have just kind of tried to scrap things together last second when Biden was no longer able to go. I think you're talking about a black woman already trying to be a president, bro. Like she needs to be set up for success. Like she she can't be fighting with two arms behind her back when she already got a blindfold on, just entering the political field to begin with, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't necessarily know.
I feel like it's all bullshit.
Please elaborate.
I feel like the whole Democratic Party. I mean, I don't want to go like this deep. Obviously, we're talking about SNAP program, but I'm just saying, like, when people try to obviously Trump. I mean, come on, look at Trump. Let's look at the history of what he's done. I don't even go that deep, but we all know he's a freaking asshole, obviously, right? But he's a funny asshole. But you know what I'm saying? Kamala, I've also what she's done. Oh, she's locked up our people, even though that was her job. It's kind of like,
That was false. That was false, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's so much like he said, she said, just like drama. And this is also one of the most drama hip hop. What is it called? What's the hip hop show? The Love and Hip Hop ass freaking election in the world. By the way, it was such a freaking clown show. It was a circus. Yeah. I feel like this whole thing is just to keep people on their toes, just like Blueface and Krishan. Not to compare the government to them. I'm just saying how I feel like it's a puppet show. So I don't get that passionate about the Republican or the Democrat Party. I just focus on what is positive for us because I think they all just at the end of the day they go in the back of the room and start laughing and they cheers with their freaking champagne glasses and they go, "What's next?" So. Yes, he's more of an asshole and she did it, but I feel like they're all just laughing behind the scenes, going, "Okay, so what's next for the world? How can we make more money?"
I agree that there's some validity to that. That's why I always preach to everybody, bro. If you get a chance, or if you're knowledgeable of it, or you can just get knowledgeable on it, make sure that you vote when your city elections happen. That's going to be the stuff on a day-to-day basis for a lot of people. That's going to be what's really going to affect you. Now, obviously, that's not to dismiss what the larger national government is going to do for you, but I mean, I would say I wouldn't just completely sit it out. Make sure you get knowledgeable and at least know what you're choosing to sit out from, because the goofiest thing you could do is just sit on your hands and then start crying later.
The city, I feel, is way more important, honestly. I think at that point, I think with the big presidents, I feel like we really do not have that much power versus the city, voting for the city. I feel like it's already pre-selected.
Local elections are super important. National elections are super important. Congressional elections are super important. It's your school government election is super important. You know what I'm saying? Elections, that's why we have a democracy, because it's supposed to be for the people. You know what I'm saying? And if
But
the
is it
people-
gonna count?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything that you do count. I'm not a person that's going to sit there and say, well, you know what, the president, because at the end of the day, you know, there's a checks and balance system. Are we going to get everything right every time? No. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the narrative and the direction and the agenda of who is at the top somewhat filters through to everyone else. Donald Trump realized that there was a base of people that felt underrepresented. They felt like they weren't being heard. And he started talking to them. The rural cowboys, the people that felt like immigration was so bad that people were coming over here taking their jobs, people that felt like they weren't being heard. Hey, my man rallied those people, and that was a large voter base, and they came out and they support him. Now we have to deal with a whole MAGA frenzy, and it's like, bro, like, people aren't coming over here taking your jobs. They're not coming over here killing people by the tens of thousands. They're not raping people by the tens of thousands. Like, everything that he's talking about to divide us is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but people bought into it. And if he's not in power, that message doesn't get conveyed and emblazoned to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So did I think that Kamala was a better choice? Yeah, look at her resume. She was a senator. You know what I'm saying? She was lead prosecutor. She was a vice president. You know what I'm saying? So her resume of public service was there. You know what I'm saying? And not for nothing, I hate to make it a race thing, but every time my black ass has ever gotten in trouble, boy, the first person I ever call is a black woman. Whether it be my mama, my sister, my grandma, my auntie. Why? Because black women know how to solve motherfucking problems. And America has a problem, and I think a black woman would have been perfect to solve what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
I agree. But I also feel like
not to get drunk, but we done had how many white male presidents?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why can't a black woman get a chance? Why couldn't a woman get a chance?
That would have been a significant jump for the nation for sure had we gotten a chance to see something like that. But I will say, speaking of staying on your toes real quick and not to transition too crazy, as we get ready to wrap this thing up here, y'all saw that Michael trailer?
Oh yes.
With his nephew?
Yeah. Shout out, man. Shout out that Michael Jackson movie. Hey, that shit looks crazy.
I'm looking forward to it.
That's gonna get seen about 3-4 times.
I'm pulling up in my fit. I want you guys to know right now. If y'all see me going viral, I told you here first. Because I know the choreography of almost all his videos, and I'm coming at it.
Yeah.
Light-skinned Michael Jackson or dark-skinned Michael Jackson? Which one you going as?
This nigga crazy.
Oh, I thought you meant like the choreography. Oh, which one I'm going as? I'm most likely probably gonna be the bad album. I ain't gonna lie.
People were shitting on the nose. Y'all saw in the trailer. People had big issues. I don't think a lot of people are familiar with how Mike looked prior to his surgery.
It was more wider than
But he
his
had a
original. That's
big
the only
nose
reason why.
before, though. That's the reason he got the surgery.
It was just the shading. They put too much brown on it. I seen what they were talking about. They could have like prosthetically done that. Like, what is it, prosthetically? They could have like shaped it a little bit better. But I mean, like, whatever. It's probably not gonna be for that long.
When I saw the trailer, I'll tell you this: the one thing that stood out to me when I watched that trailer and that nigga talked for the little 10 seconds or whatever, I said, no, "Is that him himself?" Did they say?
Oh
they
my, y'all so
superimposed-
dramatic.
Nah, ain't no bullshit. That boy sounded just like Mike in that joint. I was
said
like,
that too.
damn. So yeah, no, I'm very much looking forward to that though, and I think that'll be one of the bigger movies coming out next year.
I'm so going.
What's your favorite Michael Jackson song?
Ooh.
Favorite song?
Favorite song?
What's the
choose
joint with Paul
one.
McCartney? Is that The Girl Is Mine?
Girl's Mine.
I like that
Oh my
joint.
God, I always play that song
That's
on
my
stream.
shit. That's my shit. I like
I
that.
always play that song
What's
on stream.
yours?
I can't choose. My
can't
favorite Michael
choose.
Jackson song?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't choose. I play Michael Jackson, by the way, every day.
Yeah.
Like
All
on my
the time.
stream, like I can't, like I still listen to him. But Heaven Can Wait.
Heaven Can Wait. That's
Okay,
off the Invincible album.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she's trying to go
Invincible album. That's
deep cut.
2000.
Okay,
You know,
Michael
but I would
Jackson.
say I don't want to. I can't choose.
That's
But
light-skinned
that,
Michael
that makes my goosebumps go. It just, you know.
My favorite Michael
about
Jackson
you?
song is PYT.
That's a good one.
Young thing. Hey, boy, look, 'cause I'm looking for me a PYT. You know
Come
what I'm
on now. Oh,
You know
that
what
was
I'm
putting
saying?
ads out. Yeah, come on now. Now that Michael Jordan look legit, but I ain't gonna lie. So shout out to that movie.
Okay,
That's
wait.
gonna be
What's
big.
the best choreography y'all think though? What's the best video?
It
of
has
Michael
to be
Jackson?
Thriller, doesn't it? Or am I
No,
mistaken? Or is that
what
the
do
most
y'all
impactful?
think? What do y'all feel like the best choreography of Michael Jackson is?
I
Dancing.
mean, the man created the moonwalk.
Do you
But
think
I'm
it's
gonna
best?
have to go with Smooth Criminal.
Okay,
When that boy hit that lean on your ass.
okay. What about you?
My favorite might be. Now I know this might be a little bit more specific to the video I saw, but I don't know if you ever saw the video of Mike when he was still in the Jackson 5s and he performed with Cher. on some show or whatever, and they was doing Dancing Machine.
Oh,
That was one of my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
When they doing the robot and shit. Yeah, that
Yeah,
shit
I
was
see
hard.
that.
So that's probably my favorite.
My favorite is Remember the Time, y'all.
Remember the Time was
Classic.
That was classic.
Yeah.
That was classic. Black and White, classic. Beat It, classic.
Facts.
Yeah.
And Bad, classic. You can't
Yeah, I'm a
go
dancer,
wrong
so I
with
think I
Michael
did
Jackson.
choreography.
Now,
You can't go wrong.
before we wrap this all the way up, Stu, last time on episode 10, me and you, now ironically, I was just talking about these niggas selling me short on some of these parlays. You saw that this gambling stuff is coming like right after, I think damn near right after we recorded, about 3-4 niggas got in for an indictment.
It's crazy, and that's why I don't do it. That's why I keep my money in my pocket. They were trying to look the cats at the Platinum House, Han and Jordan, Justin, all of them. They were trying to get me like, "Hey, bro, you gonna put that?" Hell no! Like, man, we gonna turn 200 to 2,000. I'm like, y'all got it. I ain't doing it.
You can't trust
you
these
can't
niggas.
trust it.
But anyways, that's episode 11, man.
Yes.
Thank you, Amani, for joining
Yeah.
us. Y'all like her, like, comment, subscribe. Episode 11. What more can we say?
Wow.